I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 14, Volume 8. We're almost there, So this is the last one. Well, probably will be the last tape when you see what I'm going to show you in a second. So, I had to put it this way because it's truly 70s. Look at that. Crystal C90 cassette, low noise, and this sort of diamond on the front of it, or the crystal on the front of it. I mean, it's proper, as I say, proper sort of old school looking. But here's the problem. Inside, it's a C120. That means an hour per side. So I hope you got yourself strapped in, because this is going to be a big one. And it definitely has Spectrum on it, but I have no idea whether or not this matches up with this. So it could be Alan's collection. Alan, just to make sure we all know it's Alan's. Alan's collection of winter games 1 and 2. Inky, whatever that is. Kinky? I don't know what that is. Kinky. Maybe it's kinky. Clinky. I don't know. Soul of a Robot, Gyroscope, Spy vs Spy, Basketball, Frank Bruno's Boxing, which won't load if it is Frank Bruno's Boxing, never loads. Cookie, Armageddon, Snooker, Hunchback, Fruitcake, never heard of that. Doomsday Castle, Track A and B, T-Bat, B-Balls, Puzzle, Pitman 7, Galaxians, Diddums, Terror, and whatever this is, Daxel, and Jet Set Willy. So I have no idea whether this lovely 70s piece of equipment, or 70s cassette tape, actually matches this here. So I have no idea. It could do. It might not do. We'll see. So anyway, first thing though, before I go on, I have to show you what I've been sent as well. I got sent. Daryl sent me an email after I'd done last week's episode, and he wasn't done sending me compilations, because look, he sent me Sparkles, which has got the Orc Attack, Stagecoach, and Tower of Evil and River Rescue on it. He sent me that. But then he wasn't done with that, because that wasn't enough. He sent me the power-up one from Ocean, which basically has Altered Beast and Rainbow Islands and Turok. Turok, wow. God, I didn't realise. Such a good collection. But he wasn't quite done, because he never is. Magnificent 7 to go with it all. So we got some of the greatest sort of mixtures of Ocean games in there. And it seems that this is actually, there's a variant. There's one that's actually red here. It includes Ya Kung Fu as well, free. I mean, that's awesome. That's 8 games for the price of 7, right? So he wasn't quite done, so he sent me Taito's greatest sort of arcade hits, which includes some absolute classics amongst those. I mean, seriously, you've got Renegade on here, and you've got Flying Shark, you've got Slapbite, you've got Harastan, Legend of Cage. You're not so keen on Legend of Cage, actually, to be honest, and Bubble Wobble, of course. But it wasn't quite done, because he never is. So he also sent this one, which is the Live Ammo pack, which has Great Escape and Green Beret and Rambo and all this kind of stuff. But just as a finishing off and aside, he also chucked in. He says, reaching down to get them, chucked in these as well. I mean, he's just amazing, is Daryl. He's a really nice guy. He chucked in this as well. He chucked in, what's that one called? Heroes of Khan? Heroes of Khan! No, not that Khan. Another one, he chucked in the Jewels of Babylon. Those are my Jewels of Babylon. Went a bit Ali G there. And then, of course, he threw in as well, just to go with it all. And I never realised this. They're always black, the covers on these sort of Hobbits. But it's actually the Hobbit as well. He's thrown in the Hobbit, just in case I didn't have the Hobbit. And I don't have the Hobbit. So he's chucked that in as well. So I've got the Hobbit. I love that cover, though. Well, that should have been on the outside, shouldn't it? It really should. I mean, that's so confusing that it's just a black box with nothing in it. So, but yeah, really good. So, I mean, what an amazing guy. But I'll put them to one side. Hang on. And we'll get this in a tape drive. Okay, tape is in the drive, and we'll go down to our favourite. We'll go down to basic, and then we'll do load it or load speech marks. There we go. And brace yourselves, because I have no idea if this is going to load or not. It's going to be one of those 120-minute though. It's the first time we've come across one of these in What's on the Tape. It's been we've kind of skirted round them. This could be one of those epic ones. I don't think it's gonna be quite the 3 hour monster that we've had in the past. Do you remember was it 3.5 hours or something similar in the past? It was a monster. Wow, that looks good. Wow, oh, it is. It is going to be what's on here. It's Winter Games. All right, so we got I got quite looking forward to some of these, actually, to be honest with you. I've no idea what's on all of the sides, but Winter Games 1 and 2 are on here. So it is actually right. It is that crystal box that we originally picked out. So I'm quite surprised by that, but at the same time, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. It's good. How's your week been? Have you got a beverage? I've got my coffee. I've got a bucket of coffee because I thought this is going to be a big one. Brace yourselves. It's a large one. That's a good coffee, by the way. Lovely. Good start. So, I'm quite surprised that this one's actually worked. So first, well, touch wood and all that. I'm quite surprised we actually got that. I'm quite surprised it's actually what's inside the cover. Thankfully, we've not played this one before, but as I say, I'm quite surprised we haven't had 128 minute. I'm going with 128k, aren't I? 120 minute seats at one before. So this is a new one for what's on the tape. One of the larger tapes, not quite the epic where we went through a whole C90 in a run, but that was monstrous. Do you remember that? That was just a huge one. You had to brace yourself for that. And now pace myself by doing half a side at a time because otherwise it's just so long. Oh, it's so long. And and because I spend a lot of time doing these things, and they're raw. You get them as they are. Anything that comes out of my brain is dumped into this recording and this footage. That's what it goes. It just gets dumped. Dumped all over you. I don't know what's going on with the innuendos today, but we've got a few coming. Oh, brace yourself. Oh, I don't know what's going on. This week I had a week off. I want to tell you about this, what the plan was for the week. So the plan was for the week, we wanted a couple of day trips out, and we wanted to go to York to see Sore Thumbs, which is a store in York. There's a video on here, have a little look for it. It's called Road Trip to Sore Thumbs. So we want to go to Sore Thumbs because Lee, who works there, fantastic guy, as sort of speculating on games and all kinds of things. And he's got all kinds of things, from anime figures to sort of Star Wars figures to little handheld consoles to Amiga computers to PlayStation 1 to Xbox original games. I think he's got some Xbox 360 now. I think he's creeping into that. I also saw some PSP, and I did see some PS3 games. So he's kind of creeping up with the age thing now. So they're kind of becoming retro now, aren't they? They're sort of getting in there. But his shop, one thing I'll say about his shop is it's not a huge shop. It's not a massive shop. It's a decent couple of front rooms in a building, and I was so excited when we went there. We went to the Railway Museum, which by the way, if you've never been before, it's actually free, which is amazing, really, for what you get. You get to go around and touch all the engines, and and sort of look through the windows and climb in a few of them, from bullet trains to the Channel Tunnel to diesel engines and to steam engines, all kinds of stuff. Really, really nice. Well worth going just for that, let alone anything else. So I went. We went and did. I don't know what's going on now. It's just tape's just running. But anyway, I'll keep talking. No, here we go. Bracing myself. I thought there'd be a loading screen at least. That kind of feels like it's something else. Okay, we'll let it run. Anyway, so this could be a lot of empty screen. So anyway, we went with the view to go see Sore Thumbs first off. So but when we finally got there, I was so excited. I really was. I was. Fingers crossed, something's appearing. Black screen of death. Don't know what's going on. No, definitely nothing loading there. Right, okay, let's reset that. Let's go back a bit, because I have a feeling... Let's do the tape loader, just in case it's 128k. I think that's the end of that part, I hope. Let's see if this loads now. No, that's... Games 2. Okay, I don't care, whatever. Load that one instead. Right, okay. So, the winter one didn't work. I guess it's Winter Games 2. Yeah? Anyway, so we went with the... That didn't go very well. Let's go to 48k. It's not going well here. It's not going well. Yeah, load the 48k version. It's all right. It's a 48k. There's only 48k memory in there. You don't need to look at the other stuff. Don't address it. Here we go. Okay. Screen's gone black again. I'm hoping it's loading something here. We're not doing very well here if this is Winter Games. I wonder if it's on PlayZX. It's going to be interesting because my battery in my mobile is absolutely flat. Winter Games. Let's have a little look. That's definitely not happening, is it? No, that's not happening. That's typical what's on the tape, isn't it? Let's have a little look and see if I can find it on PlayZX. I'm sure it will be. I'm quite convinced it'll be there. However, to be fair, Epic are a bit of a funny company. Epic do kind of like to hold the licenses on their things so that you can't play them now. There's a lot of some companies do that. Epic being one of those. Let's have a little look, see if I can find it. So Winter Games. Day 1 and Day 2. Lovely. Well, better start with Day 1 then, I guess. Let's put that in. Let's do load the dip. And let's push the button. We'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. Winter 1. I get it. So Winter 1's what side 1 and Games 2 is side 2. Makes sense, doesn't it? We'll give it a try anyway. So anyway, we went with the sole purpose of going to Saltham's, and the National Train Museum was a sidetrack thing. By the way, it's just as a little aside. If you decide you want to go to the National Train Museum, which again is free, the website will tell you that you need to book tickets at specific times on the day. You do not anymore, because that was during COVID, and as COVID has been officially ended by the government. There's no COVID anymore in England anyway. But yeah, because it's been officially sort of ended, and we've got COVID sort of over, if that makes sense, in the UK, in England anyway. You just need to go along. You can sign up for tickets anytime, and you can turn up at any time and just scan the QR code and do it. And if you arrive on site on spec, you can scan the thing at the doorway, basically go through it, choose the latest appointment, and do that. This is what we got told by the guy who was at the door, because we didn't book tickets, and we never thought about booking tickets, if I'm absolutely honest with you. I didn't want to book tickets because I wanted to go there and then when I wanted to go, not whenever else. So you can book tickets on the door, and it's free. So you can book them, you can go in. The only thing you might have to pay for is the parking, and the parking is fantastic. It's right off the sort of city centre of York, and it costs a tenner for a whole day. I think that's pretty much a bargain, if you ask me, especially for a city like York. So yeah, you can get the parking, and you can do that, and whatever else is. And to be fair, it's a trust system, so if you don't pay for your parking, well, you don't pay for your parking, which I think is a bit naughty, realistically, but I'm happy to give them a donation for that way. But yeah, it's free, and then if you buy some bits on the way out and things like that, I'll give them a small donation. It's up to you. So we thought we'd go there because we were going to Saltham's. So we went to Saltham's, and it was overwhelming with the amount of stuff there. I mean, as I say, quite smaller than I thought, possibly shop-wise. Probably a couple of two big-sized front rooms full of stuff and storage everywhere, and it's like floor-to-ceiling stuff. It's just everywhere. And all I really wished I'd done when I got there was, God, I wish I'd made a list. Because I was just buying stuff just all over the place, all kinds of things. The one thing, though, was big and notable that I really enjoyed that I got out of the whole thing is I picked up some of my Master System games that I'm doing to fill up the remaining PAL sort of set, which is 269 or 270 if you include. I think there's one other one which is like a multi-pack one, which kind of makes it 270. But either way, it was just to fill up some of my gaps there, and I still haven't got Power Strike because it's just too expensive. But I wanted to get some Master System games. I got some PlayStation 1 games. God, I could have taken everything off that PlayStation 1 site, their shelf. It was just amazing. There were so many PlayStation 1 games. PlayStation 2 didn't get very many of them, but there was plenty of those as well. It's just loads of stuff. There's just stuff everywhere. I can't mention how much stuff there was. Loads of anime, loads of figures. So daughter was absolutely delighted. Got herself 4 figures. No, I don't remember much about anime and stuff like that. I used to do manga back in the 90s. It was, for me, it was Akira, Fist of the North Star. I think it was the Titan A's and things like that. There was a few things that I kind of followed as a kid when it came to manga. It was quite cool. We liked it. They're quite violent and strange and Japanese, and that's the sort of nature of them. But as I say, it was just full of stuff, and I just wish I'd brought a list. I should have brought a list. But Lee Cunningham was very, 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 very accommodating. What a lovely guy he is. And so I think it's Liam's the other guy who works there, the store manager, and he's a nice guy as well. In fact, they're such lovely people. And I had no problem at all emptying the wallet onto the desk and going, there, spend my money. But as I say, the most notable thing I got out of it all was I got a Scramble, which is the Grandstand Scramble game where you can move up and down, left and right, and shoot and fire at these waves of enemies. I remember this one being, for me, that was one of my first sort of shoot 'em ups. We used to have that at school. I don't know if you did in school, but the last day of school, you usually got that sort of either dress down thing, where if you had a uniform, but if you didn't have a uniform, it was a dress down scenario. You dressed down, you brought in your board games, or you brought in your whatever else it is. And by the time it was my sort of age in the 80s, we were bringing in things like BMX Flyer, we were bringing in Munchman, we were bringing in all these things to sort of play the games as and board games as we went along. So we had all these wonderful things that came there. Right, I'm just going to compete in all the events here. Let's press the space bar and enter to select. It would help if I pressed enter to select. Enter my name. I'm Demon. The ski jump event. I don't know what keys are. Oh, that's me falling off the ski jump. I'm trying. That's. Oh God, what's the keys? What's the keys? What's the keys? We need the keys. This is going to be too tough without the keys. I can't work out what the keys are. Z seems to do the jump. There's the jump. There we are. I've got angled. I fell off though, but I managed to press the Z key. Z seems to be the launching button. So that was a good one. I got a gold because I was the only contestant. That's what I like to see. Gold event. These are my kind of events where I can't lose. Yay! Everybody gives me 0 points. What am I meant to do here? Push the buttons, come on! I'm never going to work this out, am I? Yeah, everybody's giving me 0. 0's for me. So that's... Push the buttons. There, got some spinning on. And I got killed. I don't know what buttons I pressed there. Z seems to be the button to press to get you launched in this game. But if I can't work out the keys, we've got a big problem. Speed skating. This is going to be fun. Right. Am I the top one? I think I'm the bottom. I'm definitely the bottom. Right, okay, I'm pushing all the keys on the keyboard now. See if I can push a button to make me move. I'm pushing them all. Space, caps lock, extended, symbol shift, cap shift, caps lock. This is not going very well. Oh, hang on, I seem to get something there. Where did I get? I got some keys there. Did I get some keys there? I got some keys. Do you see that? I got some keys, but I don't know which key it was. I think we're going to have to Google it quickly. Google it. Google. Fast Google the controls. ZX Spectrum. Winter Games, isn't it? Winter Games. This is going to be a long run. Look at that. Winter Games. There we go. Let's look at the controls quickly. Quickly. Run. The controls. What's the controls? Where's the instructions for it? Come on. I'm looking for the instructions. Instructions text. Lovely. No, we're on Spectrum computer, right. What's the keys? We need the keys. Disc only version. No, we're not playing that one. Joystick. Aha! Joystick. Where are we? Option 1. Yeah, no. Joysticks. Press fire. Nope. Controls. That's fire button. We don't need the fire button. We're trying. I'm looking. What are the keys? I don't know what. I'm looking for the keys and I can't find the keys. Oh, they must be here. Come on. Looking. It talks about fire buttons all the time. Joysticks, fire buttons. Doesn't talk about keyboard. Spacebar and enter to choose the event. Yes, that's good. Spectrum version. World records. Oh, I got a gold anyway. Run out of controls. Z seems to do everything. Look at that. I completed all events. I did lovely there. Well done. That was me completing all the events. It seems that the disc version, by the way, has an awful lot more games on it than this version. So your second side of the tape, you've got PDF instructions. Let's have a look at the PDF instructions. That's really annoying. PDF instructions in French. That narrows it down. Well, I don't know about you, but I've had enough Winter Games to last me a lifetime. That'll do me nicely. So let's see what else is on the tape. It technically is going to be this thing called Kinky or whatever it is. Clinky. I think it's Clinky. I've never heard of this one. It's either Kinke or it's Klinke. So not sure what this is, but we'll give it a try and we'll see what it is. Let's skip that. Skip it. We're still skipping it. I don't know what it was with those winter games and California games and summer games and things like that. I kind of liked them. I think, but what was the first one? What kind of spurred that existence of these games? You know, what were the sports games that did that? I guess it's the arcade, isn't it? Things like Hypersports and Track and Field. I think they spurred the existence of such games. I'm skipping a little bit of time. Love the lack of tape counter on the grey +2, but never mind. That's what we get for +2s. So I suppose it's what we get when Amstrad takes over, isn't it? Realistically, poor old Specky, poor old Sinclair. Mind you, he did fine, didn't he? He did all right. Oh, Oh, here we go. This is this clinky thing. Let's do that again. There's a bad noise in the back of this one. I think I'm going to put this one, because there was a bad sort of background hum on that. I'm going to put this into the tape drive. The other second, I've got a second tape drive. I always have a second tape drive available for this experience. It's the way to do it. I'm going to put it in the second tape drive, and we'll give it a try with that. Well, 1 second. Let's pop that in there. Let's push the play on there. Let's push the play on here. It's a terrible hiss there. Listen. That isn't even coming through. That's not even coming through, that one. That's too loud for it, I think. I think it's too loud. I've turned it down. Take some tone out of it. No, that's not even picking up. I got more out of the other tape drive than I did out of that. I'm going to have to look up what inky could be. Or kinky. Inkly? Kinkly? No, I think that one's a loss as well, unfortunately. Let's see if I can find a kinky. Oh, do you know what? I think it could be. I'm just looking here at the options available to me. Maybe it isn't. Kinetic is the one I was looking at there. I haven't got a clue here. This is a really odd one. I've got Houston's what's known as it's called Climax from Houston. Never heard of that. But I'm gonna have a little look and see if I can find what this could be. Kinky. It could be a lewd, not suitable for work Spectrum game. Possibly. I don't think it's the one though. No, it's not one of these. No. My eyes are now burning. Stop looking at the rude games. Yeah, no, it's not. Definitely not that. So it's not called kinky. Let's say clinky. Clinky? Clinky. Clinky. No, there's no game called Clinky. Look, I tell you what though, because I've seen it there. Let's try this. Let's try this game from Houston Consultants, the one called Climax. That sounds a really interesting game, doesn't it? I don't know what it'll be, but I've not what I recognise. But let's try that one. Oh, it's a cheat menu. Well, we'll just load it anyway. We'll see what it is. Let's just load it anyway. So this is cheat menu. Climax cheat menu. So maybe this is for when you're playing what's it called? Sort of Iridium and other things. Maybe it's your helpful thing for that Night Law and other things. Night Law? Not Night Law. Fire one. The Fire Lord. Fire Lord. That's it. God, took a second there, didn't it? Christ. It's getting old. I keep forgetting things. Rubbish. Anyway, crack on. Let's see what this is. Oh, it's a nice cup of coffee I've made there. So it is a bucket load though. A really big cup. Just well, if it was, you know, those kind of cups where you can put an entire can of soup into. If you want to put an entire can of soup, that's the cup I've got right now for for my sort of session of what's on the tape with Alan's tapes. Alan's tapes. They're not done well though. Try to work out what that really is. Kinky. I don't know. No idea. I don't know why Alan hasn't written properly. It's written properly for everything else. I'll tell you what, side 2 is as big as it looks like. It's going to be a monster. There we go. So what's this? It's like an Amiga thing. The date, born, about the game, 1989. It's like an Amiga background. Isn't that weird? It's almost like with some kind of weird, I don't know what it is. Copyright racket. Loads of greetings and stuff like that. It's like greetings. Two to enter mode. M for menu. Mega Trainer. I'm not even sure what game this is for. That is so weird though, with the Amiga logo and all that kind of stuff. That's a proper weird bit of... That's a bit of weirdness, isn't it? Had anybody ever seen that before? I especially find it weird that there's that hint of the Amiga there. It's really weird. And this is, of course, the week that... or last week was the week that we all got our A500 minis. Was it this week or was it last week? It was last week, wasn't it? We all got our A500 minis. I've quite liked it thus far. I know, and unfortunately, like usual, there's some kind... There's drama. And by drama, I mean there's drama about... the fact that it uses the Amiberry WHD loader, and they haven't put the credits for it, even though it's shareware. Not shareware. It's what's it called? General licensing, basically. That there's drama that way, but I still quite like it. I think that though the you know, that kicked off not too long after it was released. But if you'd watch things like there's a chap called Dan Wood who does Amiga stuff. If you listen to him, he already noted that the Amiberry element of it was there. It had popped up. So that was a month beforehand, because he was one of the people who were lucky enough to get hold of an A500 Mini early from Retrogames. So I kind of find it a bit weird that you know, they kicked up a fuss, but when it was already being displayed, that somebody had always said this WHD load thing was something from somewhere else. I get by the way, getting your credits on there. That's why general public license works. Basically, you're meant to put the sort of licensing agreements and who was involved in it. It's your credit for it, basically. So you've done the work for free, but you want your credit. That's all you're saying at the end of the day. And that kind of applies to, you know, all sort of software like that. You'll find it on iPhones. There's an About section in there if they've got general public licenses. All Android devices. However, Android devices use the Linux kernel, but they stripped out all the header stuff, so that all the details of all the sort of the details of the fact that it uses Linux at the end of the day to be Android. They stripped it all out, and I don't know why they stripped it all out, but they stripped it all out. It's a very weird sort of scenario that they did that. Yes, Non-Terraquous 2. Always quite liked this game. I don't know why. It was one of the... I never got Non-Terraquous. Non-Terraquous, the first one was I always had a fantastic cover, very sort of space age cover. This one was less so. It was just like a little fat round robot with a Star Wars theme going on in the bottom corner, by the way. I think it's hilarious over the corner there. And I never understood what the point of Non-Terraquous was, nor did I understand the Non-Terraquous 2 as in Solar Robot. And apparently Terra Incognito? Anyway, there's another one. which was published by, not by Mastertronic, but by Codemasters, and that, which I can't find, because I was looking for it the other day, that's the third one, so there is 3 in this saga. Non-Dracuous, I really want to play, and I don't think I have played on the channel, but Solar Robot I really liked back in the day. It's very much, it reminds me very much, and I'll be brutally honest, it reminds me very much of Underworld in its style of sort of play with the sort of jumping and whatever else is. And then if you get knocked, you can end up going for miles down below, if that makes sense, and sort of stuck in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, it's one of those kind of games that I like the idea of, and I liked playing back in the day, and I quite enjoyed going around levels, but never finished it and never knew what I was really doing, and I should have been mapping it. It was one of them again where you should have got the old map out and sort of had a go at sort of mapping the levels and working out where you were in it. So did you get an A500 Mini, or are you spending about £1 billion on keeping your A600 working? I've still got A600, and I have an A500 Plus, so I repaired that and got rid of the battery and all the other bits and pieces that go with it. So I'm quite pleased about those things, and I'm quite happy they've got GoTech drives in them, so I can load the ADF files, which are a big thing that you can't do on an A500 Mini. Yeah, so what? I mean, there was somebody put a meme that made me laugh the other day, and it was Amiga fans screaming at some people playing the A500 Mini and saying it doesn't do ADF format, and and it doesn't do this, that, and the other, and it doesn't have a proper keyboard, and then the final thing was, that they were still playing the game, was stop having fun. Can you just stop having fun? Well, that's the point, isn't it? It's I don't know. The thing about it is, I'd have bought it anyway. I was always going to. I bought loads of minis. I've got loads of the original hardware, and I've got loads of the bits and pieces. And sometimes it's not worth the faff for putting things together. I know they're going to do a maxi. I'm not stupid. I do realise that there will be a maxi. Sort of give it 3 months and or 2 months. That depends how fast they are at doing it. And they'll send a thing saying, "No, we're doing a maxi version of it that's going to be like the A600 and whatever else it is, and slightly smaller, but with the full keyboard. And, it's gonna happen." All right, it's gonna happen. Don't be stupid. Or they're gonna do it like an A1200. That might be actually more sensible. A1200. Yeah, I can go with that. But either way, that's gonna happen. That they're like the Maxi C64. That happened as well. And do you know what though? Kind of like them. I mean, the advantage of having the Maxi C64 is you can just put on some images and use it and emulate and play and enjoy the game without having to worry too much about finding the right emulator and building it yourself and all the other bits and pieces to go with it. Right, okay, I can't remember the keys, but I'm going to go for it anyway. So there's our little robot. He gets thrown over here to begin with. Now there's a fire button somewhere, firing lasers. What's the keys? Please work. Aha! Little jump. There's a button. That's the little jump. What's fire laser? Is it M? Well, it's left and right anyway. I'm running about. There's a thing to set. Is it Y? T? One allows you to fly. There we go. E allows you to fly. So you tap it enough, it'll fly, and then it'll... And then W changes the length of your jump. So that's a longer jump now. So W lets me jump way too far. And then... What's my fire button? Gone too far there. Doink. That's need the leap. There we go, onto there. Yep. No, don't hit the roof. Oh, bounced off. Quick! Don't hit the roof again. Wait for it to do. Go there. Oh god, I hit that thing. Oh, I forgot it does that. Jumps when you do the edge of it. That's too... I need to get a little bit more leap on there. There we go. Into the other room. Now, I need to remember how to do the fire. What's the fire? There's a fire button somewhere. He's got a laser, you see. Where's your laser? He's definitely got a gun. Come on. Where's your gun? I can't find the gun. Oh, it's going to be no good without a gun. Right, okay, let's try and get the next room and avoid these creatures. Oh, fell too far. I love the graphics on this, by the way. They are good. Way, big jump. Big jump. Ah, creature's got me. Flying all the way down. I need to work out how to shoot, though. Look at the graphics, though. Look at the sort of the skulls and the death stuff. It's really cool. I mean, this is a budget title back in the day, and I say I was always quite impressed by this one. I always quite liked it. I can't work out how to shoot, though, which is really annoying me. I want to know how to shoot these things. So you'd have to fly back as well. So you'd not in that room, but in some rooms you'd have to fly back. Look at this. It's really good. Dropping down to level 10. Not sure what we're trying to do. This is kind of what's it called? Oh, I had 3 of them. Played a character called Isaac Clarke. What's the name of the What's the name of the game? Come on, people. What's the name of the game I'm thinking? Dead Space. That's it. That's what I'm thinking of. Oh, my brain has gone so dead at the moment. Oh, that's right. You have to get a little jump to get out of there. Oh, that's right. I could flap my way out of here doing this. There we go. That's how you get out of there. It's I think that's a get out of jail thing, because if you look at that, I don't think that animation is very good. I mean, why's the robot got nipples? Huh? Robot's got nipples. Look at that. He's got nipples. That's your psych thing there that allows you to do that. Psychic ability allows you to do that. Graphically stunning game. Looks the business, doesn't it? Just so annoying I can't work out how to shoot. I should be able to work this out. Come on. How do we shoot something? We need to shoot some stuff. We need to shoot some things. While we're on Sinclair, that's on ZX Spectrum Computing, let's find Soul of the Robot. Let's find the keys. Soul of a Robot, that's the one we want. Mastertronic, 1985. Only got 65%. I quite like this game, though. Arcade adventure platformer. It's exactly what it was. Arcade attention. Inlay, text. Let's have a look at the text. There's a map as well. God, they do provide you some nice stuff here. How do you fire? Space is to fire. Do I not have any fire, though? Leap strength, jump. I remember him shooting, but why isn't it shooting when I'm pressing space? I think maybe I haven't got the gun or something. Don't know. Definitely not. Space is definitely not firing. A to pick up an object. Oh, that's right. You'd have to pick up. I'm sure you have to pick up the thing for the gun. That's what it is. I missed the gun, haven't I? There's a gun very early on in the game. I don't love the way they don't kill you, by the way. So you can actually play this one for a while. It's not a problem. There's nothing in here really kills you. But that's Soul of the Robot. We'll move on. We're going to move on. We'll see what else we got. What else have we got? It's exciting, this. It's exciting. Let's see what else we got. So we got Gyroscope. This is a Melbourne House game, if I remember rightly. It was definitely one that I picked up recently, not played. I kind of along the lines, I guess, of Spin Dizzy, and I remember it being quite tough. But it's a long time since I've actually played it. I picked it up along the way as a sort of one. I also picked up a couple of other extra games recently. I got the Arkham Manor, and I got Doc the Destroyer for both Melbourne House double cassettes the other day. And I picked up Starglider as well. Nicely complete bar. I think it's still missing. It's missing the poster. I'm not. Do you know when it comes to completionism, I'm not that kind of mental for the innards. I like them. If I've got them, I'm happy with it. But if I can't have them, I'm not bothered. I'm not worried. I'm not. It doesn't upset me in any way, shape, or form. Not having the latest sort of all the bits and pieces. I mean, I've got Juggernaut, and I love Juggernaut. I think it's a great game. And somebody asked me whether or not it had. I think it used to come with a badge or something similar, and it doesn't have the badge. And I'm sad that it doesn't have the badge. But we didn't really look after these things once upon a time. And I think the kids nowadays probably do a little bit better than they used to. I don't know. I mean, my daughter certainly collects her boxes, but she probably gets that from her dad more than anything else, And so I don't know. Just one of those things, isn't it? It's kind of collectors are collectors. I'd like to think that there's something in the future for the kids to collect. I mean, I'm still collecting Switch games. I love Switch games. As long as they've got a cartridge, I'm on it. I'm not particularly keen on whether digital only. I really don't like that. But if they've got a cartridge, I'm on that. I really like it. I want a cartridge. I want whatever else it is. I mean, at the moment, things coming out for the Switch, if you're interested. Pocky Rocky. That's shoot 'em up that was on the SNES. It's highly sought after on the SNES. Very expensive game, and that's being released on the Switch. So it's £20, and I don't think it's been remastered. I think it's just remastered. It's obviously to work on the Switch. So it's a bit of a classic. They've also got Snow Brothers coming out as well. That's been remastered. Snow Brothers on the Switch. I'm quite liking the Switch because they're using it as an excuse to do various things that they aren't doing. I don't think they would do with other consoles. I think if the Switch didn't exist or didn't exist in the same level, we would get the same trash over and over and over and over again. I think I was a bit unfair on some things. There are some good games out there, I admit that, but there's a lot of things that are recycled, sort of from PC to Xbox to PlayStation. I think they're all recycled, and the Switch kind of makes the developers have to develop differently. I'm not going to say that it's less of a machine. They just develop differently, and as a result, you get different games on the Switch than you might get if on the Xbox or the PlayStation or even the PC. And also I think it's a breeding ground for indie developers at this point. I think without a doubt, Nintendo is the place to be if you're an indie developer, realistically. Apart from PC, obviously, which is the greatest marketplace in the world, I'm afraid to say. It's definitely the largest and most diverse sort of area of things. But lots of great stuff knocking around at the moment on PCs and things like that. Pricing is really quite good, actually. It's quite cheap for games and things like that. I did read an interesting stat though about Steam itself. The average profit, and I assume that includes after your costs for making and your personal costs, the average profit for most indie games is only a simple sort of £4,000, and that's not a lot really. So if you're a little indie developer, that's probably all you're going to make out of it. So I can kind of understand these people doing the churning and asset flipping that they do. I think that is a factor in their strategy. Let's just churn them through and dump them out and hope somebody buys it, and we make our £4,000 at the end of it all. But it's not an awful lot, is it? I mean, you have to be, and then the AAA gaming space is completely the other way around. They've got these £1 billion sort of, or 200 million. That was what it was, wasn't GTA 5 was 200 million. £200 million budget, but they have to make $1 billion. So I don't know. I think there's definitely a halfway house for it. I'm at the moment I'm staying away from a lot of stuff that people are doing, you know, in the gaming space at the moment. I'm still not buying EA. I'm not buying Ubisoft, and I'm not buying Activision Blizzard, and Atari at the moment. And there is a reason for not loving the Atari the way that I used to love certain things. Atari started doing NFTs, which, if you don't know what they are, they're non-fungible, whatever they are, things, and they're just a pile of crap, realistically, environmentally unfriendly, and rubbish. So, right, okay, gyroscope. Gonna hope it's these keys. Right. Right, okay, I've got them. So I'm gonna go this way. So it's basically Marble Madness. Marble Madness, but with a gyroscope. That's fair enough. So I've got to get to the bottom within a certain time, but with a gyroscope. Ah! Oh, God. There we go. Finished it. Yay! With a gyroscope. It's not what I thought it was, by the way. It's not Spin Dizzy at all. It's basically Marble Madness copied again. Which is an arcade game of back in the day where you basically took a marble down these kind of slopes and did it. It's very nice looking, though. I'll admit that. Oh, you can't jump. That's not nice. I thought you'd have been able to jump with your gyroscope. Oh, God, that was close. I thought you'd be able to jump with your gyroscope. Whee! I'm not going to get off this screen, am I? Oh, God. Oh, that's really tough. Oh, God. Yeah, that's super tough. It's even got the same styling. Quite literally, that is a clone of a Marble Madness, which was pretty common back in the day. But no, that's really close clone. If I'm honest, that's so close in its styling. Right, okay, what we've got next? We have Spy vs. Spy. I wonder which Spy vs. Spy we've got. There were at least 3 that I know of. The first one came out with in a Beyond box, Spy vs. Spy. Then you had Spy vs. Spy 2, which was the Arctic one, I believe, and Spy vs. Spy 3, which was the Coconut Caper or something like that, wasn't it? Was it Coconut Caper, or was that Jack the Nipper 2? Something like that. Oh. Oh, Spy vs. Spy. Equals basketball. It sort of says equals basketball here. Bruno's boxings ain't gonna load, by the way, because it's notoriously difficult to get working on a 128K, and I can't even get it work. And I'll be honest, I can't get it working on I can't get it working on via emulator either, which is really annoying. So you can't really get that one going. So let's put this in here. Let's do this. Let's see if we can get this to work from something else. It wasn't sounding the freshest, if that makes sense. So Spy, and this is Spy vs. Spy. Yeah, it was Arctic one, and Island Caper is the other one. That was it, Island Caper. Right, okay, let's just do a reset on here. Island Caper, not Coconut Caper, is definitely Jack the Nipper. Jack the Nipper. Somebody posted on Facebook, and it was on a Spectrum group just the other day, and it made me laugh. They'd found the Jack the Nipper badge. The Jack the Nipper came with a badge. It was one of the things came with in the original thing. Brilliant game, Jack the Nipper. I remember buying that one. That was one of my big pocket money purchases, by the way. Jack the Nipper, Green Beret, and Ghosts and Goblins, or Ghouls and Ghosts. Ghouls and Goblins? Ghouls and Goblins, first one anyway. So those were my three big ones I remember from my pocket money. That and not pocket money, but my sort of birthday monies and things like that. Those are the big ones I remember purchasing myself. But the thing about this badge made me laugh is he'd also got some other ones from the 80s and sort of around about that time. And he'd found a few other things that were there. One was Nookie Bear, if you remember that, and the logo on it was "I want Nookie," which I thought was really funny. It made me laugh. That was the speech on it. I want Nookie. I love Nookie. So I thought that was quite funny. Was one of them. Here we go. Spy vs Spy. This is a great 2-player game. Clever little idea. This one. The 48K conversion, Tag and the Kid. Tag and the Kid. When we used to call ourselves cool names like that. I found myself and my friend in a copy of Your Sinclair. We submitted a tip for Falcon Patrol 2 on how to kind of basically beat it, and it was a very simple tip on basically tap upwards and then fly along, shooting everything on the ground level, and he'd basically finish the game. Very simple. But me and my friend we got some. Do you remember letter set? You got to be of a certain age to remember letter sets. It was like transfers for letters. You used to rub the back of them, and the letter would come off, and it would be like a fancy letter. So we had our initials, and it was CJ and Monty, which is quite funny. My first initials. And CJ and Monty, the Fly Boys. So it's like Tag and the Kid. We were the Fly Boys. So I found myself in Your Sinclair. I was in Your Sinclair twice, in fact. I also won a Mask 2 competition and won a copy of the game as well. So I entered that as well. So I found both of those magazines thus far. I am looking for. There's at least one or two others out there. There's one where I won a Ballistics t-shirt, which was a tie-dyed t-shirt with a ballistic sign in the middle of it in black, and I won it. It was a runners-up prize for one to do with Star Control and I think it was for the Spectrum as well. So I'm looking for that, but I'm not sure which magazine it was. It was I'm not sure it was Sinclair User. I think it could have been Crash, but I've not found it yet. Most of the time I've been able to sort of guess and work out which one it is and get there, but I've not been quite getting there with these ones, unfortunately. So it's not quite been what I wanted to do, but almost there. It's quite nice though to find yourself in the history, if that makes sense. There's a picture of me at college back when I was 16 years of age, and I was at college. And this every time my local rag does a sort of a retrospective on the college, they always drag out this picture of me at 16 years old and go back to the time when they opened their learning centre, where we had the PCs at the time, and the PCs at the time were 8006s. There was one 386, which everybody used to fight to get on because it was the only machine fast enough to run games. And we weren't meant to run games in there. We used to spend all our time playing games on the machines because we hacked the passwords and could get to the operating system and load our own stuff. And there was like a couple of computers in there that were full of games that we all used to make special copies of. It was all full of these sort of things, and to be honest with you, it was a lot of fun. It was good, but the picture of me, there I am, I'm kind of, and there's this sort of the dean holds over my shoulder, and the lady who ran the place, and myself in my 80s designer or 90s designer jumper. Yes, it was a designer jumper. Those days, do you remember those days with designer jumpers where they're like full of colour and all that kind of stuff? You only need to go back and look at Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and you can see every designer jumper under the sun, or even the Bill Cosby show. Not that we're meant to mention him anymore, but the point is those things were full of designer jumpers, and I used to wear a designer jumper. I had this designer jumper and my collar out because I was cool. Design jumper, but there I am playing effectively playing computer games with them standing over my shoulder. And I wasn't meant to be playing computer games, and I just hacked the computer at the time as well. It always makes me laugh, realistically, but I'm not bothered. It pops up every so often. It makes me laugh every time it pops up. It'll pop up in another, let me think, It'll probably pop up in another 7 years. It'll be so many years of the college and this, that, and the other. And funny thing about it is that particular part of the college that I used to go to, they knocked it down years ago and rebuilt the whole bloody thing on the same site. Just knocked it down to make it better and whatever else is. And I don't blame them. It was needed knocked down. My daughter actually goes to the same college now, which is kind of cool. I think that's cool. Don't you think that's cool? She goes to the same place. So right, okay, let's have a look at this one. Number of players 1. Computer AI 1, level difficulty 1, hide in the airport until the end, yes. Right, okay. Cursors move up and down. That's fine. Redefine play options. Can I push that? Aha! Player 1 keys. Up, down, left. Oh, up, down, left, right, fire. Perfect. Y to return to the main screen. Perfect. Y to start. Yeah, so you're basically meant to hurt the other player. He's whacking me with a stick. He thinks he's got me. So... basically meant to set up traps to set them off doing what they're doing. Spy versus spy, you see. He's picked up a whole load of stuff. I can't remember what he meant to do, actually, in the sense of searching for stuff. He searched loads of things, and I think he's got most of it. He grabbed all of the necessary things, and he made it away. Average ranking. Guy spy. Average guy spy. Yeah, he's made it away. He's made it away. He grabbed all the stuff. He needed all the items that were there, and he grabbed them all, and he won. Let's have another go. Right, I'm searching for these items. He's got an item. I need to get an item now. I've got an item. I've got one of the items. Get off! Get off! He knows I've got an item, I think. That's what it is. Oh, I can't get away from him. You meant to set up traps for these guys and as well along the way, but he's running away now. Yeah, I can't search while you're there, my friend. I've got another trap. Oh, come on. I don't know how you... I can't remember how you set up the traps, to be honest. There's a way to set up traps, anyway. Go away. He's back again. He's attacking me. Just trace him away. Sorry, I concentrating there. Lost my concentration. Airport. Oh, I can't go because I've not got all the items, but he has. And I've died. Oh, so he's won. Look, he's going to go. Now he's got all the items. Small fry spy. Okay. So that's spy versus spy. I remember it being better than that. Do you know what? Nostalgia's a terrible thing, because I remember that being an awful lot more fun than that, and I didn't have as much fun there as expected. Let's see where we're at. That's Spy versus Spy. Let's fast forward through. So what are you doing this weekend? Are you having a big Easter dinner? Is it big Easter dinner for you? Or not into that? It's sort of I don't know, mid early spring holidays, if we want to call it that. I'm not having a big Easter dinner. Don't do big Easter dinners. Don't do big Christmas ones either. I sound like a miserable bastard, don't I? Really miserable. But yeah, we don't do that. We discovered years ago that only I like turkey. That's what it seems to be. I don't, it can be a bit dry, if that makes sense. So, only Eyes is the person who likes the turkey. Okay, basketball maybe. Don't know. I hate to say this, there's tons of tape to go. I can't imagine there's anything. I don't know what else he's jammed on it. I don't know what else you put on here, Alan. And your Crystal 90 CD tape. I don't know what country it's from. It doesn't say. Don't know what it doesn't say anything about what country it's from. Here we go. So this should be basketball or Bruno. Bruno. This ain't gonna load. As much as I want this to load desperately, this is not going to load. Even if I have the memory thing for it, not the memory thing, but the thing for it, it's not going to load. I know why this is so big now though, because Bruno is massive in the sense of loads of fighters on it. So you get there's a fighter after fighter that you have to load. It's quite a good game. Frank Bruno's boxing is quite a good game. It's akin to Punch Out. I've recently ordered a copy or purchased a copy of Rocky, which is what I'm looking forward to, or it's Rocco as the replacement. But Frank Bruno's boxing is one of these really good games. It's really well done, really well structured. Sadly, it just doesn't load on anything other than the original 48K Spectrum. It just doesn't want to go. You can't get it to load on anything other than that. It's such a sad scenario, realistically. I wondered whether it was one of them, that memory configuration that changes with the plus twos, but this is the most compatible plus two you can get. It's effectively 128K smacked into a grey box with a tape cassette attached to it. This is the kind of one that you want. This is the most compatible of the lot. So it kind of surprises me really that it's I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. I'm just surprised it doesn't work on this one. Oh, that's the coffee gone anyway. Took an hour, but we've got there. Nice and cold now. Nice and cold. Went from nice and hot to nice and cold all of a sudden. Brilliant. Quite surprised. I was expecting this to be a 2-hour video, but it's you know what? It's not going to be. Not until I get to the other side of this tape, which looks like it's blooming massive. It's a moosive side of the tape. So next week's moosive. Back to work with a moosive one. Speaking like the kids. Moosive rather than massive. Back in the 90s we had massives, didn't we? I'm doing Ali G hand signals. Had a full Ali G moment, didn't I, really? Anyway. So this, as I say, if this loads... it won't load the first character, it never does. And if it does, I'll be utterly amazed. I won't have played this in blooming donkey's years. It really hasn't been played for like forever from my point of view. And it's one of the games that I wanted to play because, as I say, this is one I was very keen on back in the day for boxing games. One of my favourite ones. The only other one that really kind of strikes me as I say is possibly I've never played Punch Out and things like that, so I'm not going to say it. I mean, it's. I mean, the only other boxing game that really struck me was there's a couple of Ready to Rumble boxing. I quite like Ready to Rumble boxing because it's a bit ridiculous, but fun at the same time as a one-on-one sort of punching a boxing style game. I quite like that as a boxing one. So few and far between, but this is one of the ones that's a bit of a cracker, if that makes sense, as a boxing game. It was Frank Bruno. Was he world champion? I think he was, wasn't he? He was world heavyweight world champion at one point. Don't think it was for long though. I can't have a feeling he was. I mean, he was a bruiser of a boxer, obviously, but I don't think he was a world champion for long, if that makes sense. I don't know if he was knocked out. I don't doubt he was knocked out. Probably just beaten on points or something like that. He used to go for a very long time. Did he fight Mike Tyson at any point? Mike Tyson definitely seemed to fight everybody, didn't he? I don't know if he did or not. I just have a feeling. Think about the Mike Tyson fighters. They were always very quick. Do you ever remember watching Mike Tyson fight when he used to be on sort of telly? I used to watch the Mike Tyson fights, and they were all sort of quick because he'd just come out and pummel them in about 3 seconds flat, and then they'd be on the floor unconscious. And that was usually the way with the Mike Tyson fights. I remember Frank Bruno's being a bit longer. But at the end of the day, it's boxing. The idea is to knock knock the other person out or win on points, which is by hitting them a lot. So it's always going to be a bit of hitting and punching. Right? Okay. U I. Is that L? And the next ones are. Oh, weird. Is that playing? Ah, no, it's kind of doing a demo. Wow, that worked. I'm actually surprised by that. What's the other keys? OP. Alright, so it's all LEM keys there. And guard up and down. Right, okay, let's press. No, I don't want to watch. I'm quite surprised this is loaded. So we actually have a fight. I quite like the 3D graphics on this. Right. I'm never very good at winning this one though. 3. How do I fight? Cute duck, replay. Enter next page. R to replay current boxer. Enter my name like that. Wow! It's just weird about the graphics there though, isn't it? Get a bit of punching. That's it, get him a punching. To get a bit of punching. Get a punch. That was a good punch. Give me the left. Get him punching. Look at this. It's been years since I played this. Wow. I'm actually amazed it's loaded. I didn't think it would. It tends to not load. Wow, I'm getting close to a KO. Wow. He's down. I've got him. Is he going to get up again? Come on then. Oh, he's hit me with something special. I don't know what the big move was, but he did it. Take some stomach shots. Oh, he's getting some punches here. It's good. I'm giving him the left and then the right. He's down again. It's beautiful. Now I need to try and avoid this guy because he's gonna go crazy in a second when I come back. Hey, slip. But I missed it. He missed it. He's down again. That'll be it. Technical knockdown because he's been knocked down 3 times, I think, is it? Yeah, I did it. Knocked him out. I actually quite enjoyed that. I was ages since I've got that to work. I can't believe that worked. What a knockout. Oh, got a membership code to continue. Load next boxer. L. Oh, God, I meant to have written down that membership code. You idiot. Is this going to work? This never works, by the way. I don't understand why this is working. This never works. It's not. It's impossible. It's impossible. It never works. As this loads, I'll be so impressed. I actually got to fight for the first time in ages on that game. It's a really good. What we got to you got to take notice of is the fact that they do the graphics are zoomed out there. There's like a zoomed version of the fighter. Now there seems to be nothing here. Oh, here we go. Found Boxer 1. I should have entered my membership code, shouldn't I? If this works, I'm so pleased. I haven't played this in years. The Canadian Crusher. The big plodding lumberjack from Canada with a beautiful grizzly bear, with the beauty of a grizzly bear and the speed of an elephant. That sounds like a complete contradiction of the whole thing. Canadian Crusher. That's brilliant. So many years and I've not played this. That's really good. I quite like the fact that it was just a tiny little bit of screen there as well to load. I think that's quite cool. Oh, this works. I'll be so pleased. I should have entered my code though, shouldn't I? Should have got my membership code for beating him. Wow. Oh my God, I'm going to get to... That's the same guy. Beating him already. I don't know how you do a special move, though. You'd think I would have a special move for doing this. See how I got a connect KO there? He's down anyway. Punched him out. So this is a Canadian guy again with the speed of the elephant. So I don't know why it's just done that. Don't really care, though. Oh, he's giving me that special move that he does. I should have ducked. Right, hit him in the stomach. Sorry, I'm concentrating here. It's not a bad little beat 'em up. This actually, it's not bad at all. I know it's a rip off of other things, but he's down again. Doing well. Oh, I should have ducked. Should have ducked. And he's down. So, I need to check. Where's the code? I need to write this code down, or I need to take a picture of it quickly. Photograph it on the old mobile. That's the answer. Photograph the code on the mobile. Quickly, take the photo of the code on the code. Code. There we go. Membership code. There's my membership code. Let's take a picture of that. Right. I've taken a picture of the membership code. Enter for the options page. I want to load the next boxer. I want to do that, and I want to enter my membership code. So let's enter this membership code that I've written down. I say written down. I've B94IN94C9. Finding boxer 2. This works. I'm going to be so delighted. I can't believe this is working. Never works on the versions I've got in the past. Never has. It's not allowed. It's not allowed to work. I'm so pleased. It's been years since I played this. It's quite a good game though. It's more intuitive than you think. You've got the 3 buttons that are kind of you're ducking up and down. Oh yeah, fling, long, chop. I'm sure that's not allowed nowadays, but anyway, all the way from the land of the rising hi-fi comes Fling Long Chop, a martial artist's no can do. Oh my god. Oh, welcome to the world of 80s stereotypes. Yes, anybody from Japan, it's obviously called Fling Long Chop. From the land of the rising hi-fi. Yeah, of course he is. Let's see if we can fight this chap. Of the martial artist of no can do. He's doing boxing. He can't be a martial artist. He's got to be a boxer. Surely. Rewind to start. There we go. It was never going to happen. We'll give it a try. There we go. Found boxer 2. We'll give it another try. One more go. Actually, this is the first I've got with Bruce Lee. With Frank Bruno's boxing. This is the longest This is the first I've actually got for it. It's a long time since I actually played it and got anywhere near this. I mean, as I say, I always thought it was incompatible. It's obviously my copies of the cassettes or whether or not it's played from. I guess PlayZX is not a good place to play it from. I guess that's the reason why it doesn't work. It's either that or it's just extremely finicky, which is also a possibility too. Just got lucky today. We'll never see it again. This will be the last time you've ever seen Frank Bruno's boxing, ever. It's never going to happen. It's just going to disappear into the ether. The forgotten realms of the interweb. Mainly my channel, yeah. Forgotten realms of the interweb. The nook and cranny of the basic things. It has loaded. We have loaded. Oh, here he comes. It is corrupt, though, on the screen, though. He's karate kicked me in the face. Clearly, that has to be a regulation violation. Yeah, I remember this now. This must be a regulation violation. There we go. I know it's meant to be silly cartoony stuff. Did they really want to call it Frank Bruno's then? Do you think that's what it was? Or do you think they just had a boxing game and they just thought, like, right, we'll stick Frank Bruno on it as the world champion? That's just not on. That really isn't. I'm telling you now, that's not legal. I remember this. It got stupidly tough. I know I'm meant to block and stuff like that, but I just keep ducking. Oh, he's out. He's going to get up in a second though, and hit me with that big that karate move. Watch, it's coming. It's coming. There it comes. And I'm down. And I'm out. Yeah, that's really unfair. Come on, stand up and fight. Really? You just kicked me in the head. It's not possible. Can you replay current box without doing anything? Yeah, you can. Oh my god. Right, okay. Well, that kind of worked, even though the graphics are all completely corrupt. That is really quite cool. We managed to get something else. Let's see whether or not there's anything else on this tape. Whether it's just some strange historical. So hang on, we got these are going to be. I don't know how many boxes were there. I don't know how many boxes were. I think there was quite a few. That's the thing. Let's just keep fast forwarding through and see if we can find the end of the tape. See, no, nothing there. Let's fast forward, keep fast forwarding. We'll see if we can find something else. What a good episode this has turned out to be. After all that, we had Soul of the Robot, which I don't know why I didn't have the gun. I'm sure I needed to find the gun or something like that. Yeah, those are the bits of the boxes. You know, Spy vs Spy, Gyroscope. We've had whatever. We tried to load Kinky, but we didn't do that. We ended up with Climax. Try that one again. That sounds a bit rough, doesn't it? I don't know how many boxes are on this, so as I say, it could be a lot of boxes. I'm open for some history of Alan. See, there's some history of Alan on here. No, that's another boxer. Next side, though. Oh my god, so many games. So many games. I've never heard of Fruitcake, though. Have you heard of Fruitcake? Track A and B. Track T-Bat B. Don't know what T-Bat B is. Actually, quite surprised we haven't found any adult content before. You know, I was saying about Kinky before, and the fact that there's some other stuff. I'm quite surprised that hasn't appeared. That we've not had a sort of somebody's adult content before on these things. It may happen. You never know on one of these things. We did have that. That person who did the taking the bones from the graveyard, though. Do you remember that radio episode? That's somewhere stored on my Google Drive, which you can download if you find the episode. I can't remember which episode it was. Let's see. Very quiet now. I think that was all of our boxes. I think it was about 8. That probably about right, I would say. About 8 boxes. 8 boxes. 8 little fighters. All in a row. It's very quiet now. No, Alan's one of those people who doesn't put anything extra. Doesn't overwrite his tapes. Thanks, Alan. Quite a lot of tape left, though, Alan. Could have stuck another game in there, mate. I wonder if the Spy vs. Spy bit where he wrote equals basketball is the cheat. Just checking this tape, by the way. No, I think Alan has well and truly left us blank space on this one. I lie. There's something weird. Alan has not left us blank space. It's time. It's time, he says, moving all the things out of the way to get the tape recorder out. Hang on, come on out. I'm just pulling it out, here we go. Right, okay. Here's something strange from Alan, hopefully. Come on, kick in.
Gave her one in the corridor, and after that she wanted more on the Rodney string. Move your heart, brother. Move along, sister, if you could, for you are standing on my wood on the Rodney string.
No idea what that is. Have you ever heard that before? Got to not play too much because it gets into trouble.
Whether you're small or whether you're large, whether you're soft or whether you're hard, it's a Rodney string.
Weird. Let's see what else we got on here. Let's see. It's a rude song.
Slow down. Slow down, brother. You're going too fast.
What the hell?
She kicked me in the ice hole.
She kicked him in the ice hole? What's this? Apparently it's very cold when you get kicked in the ice hole. What the hell? What the heck is this? Oh my god, we found something weird. What the heck? That is so strange, people.
She grabbed me by the little piece of dinker that means so much to me. It's not as long as that guy, but it means so much.
What? Apparently it's not as long as other guys, but it leads the world to him. We found some filth! I was saying before that I'm surprised we haven't found any before, but we found some filth!
Ladies and gentlemen, take your partners for the last tango in Scotland. Hello, Judge. Hello, mate. How are you? All right. Pulled a bird yet? Nah, I don't reckon I will now. We're all going home. Still some nice bits of crumpet about.
What the heck? Do you know what? You know what's worse is it's so 80s, isn't it?
What seems to be the matter, really, my sweet?
It's him.
Is this geezer annoying you?
Yeah, he is. Dirty
Can
soul.
we have your glasses now, man?
What have I found on here? This is where they'll get a copyright thing on it saying that it's owned by some band. I think we're through the strange. Oh no, we're not. We're not through.
I had a girl the other night, just as the day was dawning. A crowd came by and they joined in, and our case comes up in the morning.
Oh my God! It's just not even right. He's so weird. That's the end of the tape. That's the end of the tape. Thank God for that. Oh, that's so strange. What a strange end of the tape. Anyway, so that's the first side of that done. God knows what Ellen's got in store for us on the other side. It could have been kinky. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye now.